In this video, 6 powerful basic principles of personal finance that saved me $2,000 last year. Let's get cracking. My name is Marco, and this video is part of my YouTube course on financial minimalism that includes advanced money management tips, Money 101, personal finance basics, and budgeting. Link in the top right corner for the playlist. Let's move on. Tip number 1, make a budget. Use mine. This to answer the most important of all questions. Are you living above your means? Unfortunately, if you are spending more than you earn, you will eat into your savings and then inevitably fall into a debt spiral. You need to make a budget, and to do so, watch the video that I will suggest at the end. You will be able to download a free Google spreadsheet, and I will also teach you how to use it. Hooray! Thumbs up if you love free stuff. Speaking of thumbs, how about hitting the little thumb down there? I'm talking about the like button. It really helps the channel. Thank you. Tip number 2, shift your debt. I'm going to focus on the worst case scenario for a moment here. Let's imagine you have multiple debts with credit cards and bank accounts. The first thing to do is to get hold of a credit card that doesn't make you pay interest on the carried balance, and then shift your debt onto it as soon as possible. Another important tip is to always pay the minimum payment to keep that juicy zero interest going. By the way, just a quick disclaimer, this is not financial advice and I'm not a financial advisor. Tip number 2, high interest debt first. Always throw money at the debt with the high interest first. I cannot stress this enough, but it's more important to get rid of a high interest debt than to keep lots of money in the bank. This because banks offer very little interest these days, and there is not even point in investing, as you'd get 10% year-on-year growth in the best case scenario. So keep 3 months worth of cash in your bank account as emergency fund and use the rest to pay off your debt, starting from the one with the highest interest. Tip number 4, go through your expenses. I imagine you have a pretty good understanding of where your money is going. So the first step is to go through your expenses with a fine-tooth comb and cut what is not needed. I personally do it once a month just to see if I'm overpaying. But you do it now. I'll give you 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so now that you have done your homework and found out you cannot possibly save any money, let me give you a few tips. Look for a cheaper car insurance, starting 1 month before it's due, and use comparison websites. Here in the UK, there are many comparison websites. One of the most famous is confused.com, but in the US, I've seen one called the Zebra. I'll drop both links in the description below. And then compare the comparison websites. Have a look on Google to find more comparison websites. Last year I saved £300, which is about $400 at the time of recording this strategy. Do the exact same for your utility supplier and actually get the best deal for gas and electric. There you go, I just saved you $400. So how about subscribing to this channel for more money tips? Cheers. Tip number 5, piggybanking, advanced hard cap expenses. There are some expenses that you can easily limit. For example, eating out and takeaways. God only knows how much I used to spend on restaurants. I reckon about 5 grand in a year. But with this strategy, I saved about £1,000 last year, and which is about $1,200. To put it in practice, you need 2 or more bank accounts under your name. Your salary is paid into the first bank account, and then a standing order moves part of the money into the second one. The balance of the second bank account is gonna be how much you can spend on eating out and takeaways. Clever, innit? You can have multiple bank accounts and set multiple spend limits. Another category I would look into would be holiday expenses. For my UK friends, I've been using Revolut to do this because you can avoid a credit score hit by asking them directly to not share your info with bureaus. Link in the description below, and you'll also get a free physical card if you use it, and I'll get, drumroll, nothing. That's right, they have rejected my request for joining their affiliate scheme. Thank you, Revolut. No hard feelings, I'm still supporting you. Hit the like button if you feel like Revolut should support small-time YouTubers like me. It's really appreciated. Thank you. If you live in the US, you should open an online bank account that does not require a minimum balance. Tip number 6, use cashback websites. Oh yeah, baby, now we're talking. When you have an itch that you really need to scratch and your hand is inevitably drawn to the wallet, have a look on a cashback website first and check for offers. This is particularly true for big expenses. Last year I got £80 back for my car insurance, which is roughly $100. In the UK, the biggest cashback website is Top Cashback, link in the description below. In the US, I'm not really sure which one is the biggest one, but I know that Swagbucks have got some very good offers on it, so maybe have a look at it. I'll drop the link in the description below. Final recommendations. One final note based on your circumstances. If you're paying a credit card debt, which is the worst kind of debt, stop the bleeding by applying for a balance transfer credit card. Then follow these tips religiously to get out of hell. But if you want to have more money for yourself and you can't be bothered, have a look at the biggest expenses you have, and when you really have to buy, use a cashback website. Which tip did you like better between cashback websites and piggy banking? Or maybe you have your own tips to save money? Let me know in the comments below. I will answer all your comments. Please subscribe to the channel, as it really helps a lot, and I will walk you through the best hints and tricks to improve your financial situation and achieve financial freedom. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, and if you haven't done it yet, please check out the above video that is about a budgeting tool that you can get for absolute free to get started on your budget. Thank you for your attention and see you next time.